Good evening, and thank you all for taking the time to listen to my presentation entitled Building a Better Hampton Roads, One Bridge at a Time. The Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel is the oldest tunnel on Interstate 64 and Hampton Roads. The tunnel connects South Hampton Roads cities, such as Norfolk and Virginia Beach, to Peninsula Hampton Roads cities, such as Hampton and Newport News. Today I would like to talk to you all about the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel and how it affects the people living in the area. Before doing that though, I would like to tell you about a little bit of history of the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel. I then would like to inform you of the current issues that occurred due to the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel. Next, I'm going to let you know what has already been done and what else can be done to improve the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel. And finally, I would like to propose ideas for the future of the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel. The Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel is operated and maintained by the Virginia Department of Transportation. The Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel is located on Interstate 64 in the Hampton Roads area of Virginia, which includes cities that are on the southeastern part of the state. It is a 3.5-mile long bridge with two 12-foot wide tunnels. The tunnel was built in two phases. The first phase was the westbound lane which leads into Hampton. It was opened on November 1st, 1957. The second eastbound lane that leads into Norfolk was opened on June 3rd, 1976. The bridge is host to two tunnels that are each 7,479 feet long and 108 feet below sea level at its lowest point. The Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel is also a part of history as being the world's first underwater tunnel connected to man-made islands. Now that you have some knowledge of the HRBT, I would like to inform you about some of the current issues that travelers of the tunnel face. According to the Virginia Department of Transportation, the two main problems with the HRBT are the insufficient capacity to accommodate travel demand and deficiencies of the existing roadway, tunnels, and bridges. It is said that Virginia commuters face some of the worst traffic in the nation, and the tunnel is an example of the annoying clog of traffic. There are nearly 3 million vehicles that use the tunnel each month. Some people may work on the peninsula and live on the south side, and vice versa. This causes many people to use the HRBT as a main mode of transportation, and during work hours, you are sure to run into traffic. During peak tourist season, there are more than 100,000 vehicles a day that travel across the HRBT. The deficiencies of the roads, bridges, and tunnels also make traveling across the HRBT more difficult. Patches of the pavement need to be repaired. Most of the concrete on the roads leading up to the HRBT on both sides and inside the tunnels are not in great shape and can make traveling more bumpy and may even damage a few tires. The lighting at the HRBT, mainly inside the tunnels, is dim because it is underwater and there is no natural light once you are completely in the tunnel. So far, the Virginia Department of Transportation has made some changes to the deficiencies of the roadways, tunnels, and bridges. Some of the concrete has been replaced along Interstate 64 before and after the tunnel. This work was done by weekend and weeknight closures of single lanes of the Interstate 64 and was completed this past summer. VDOT has also made changes to the lighting in the tunnel. The eastbound tunnel received electrical upgrades and the light fixtures and related wiring were replaced. This work was completed in the spring of 2011 by overnight closures of a single lane in the eastbound tunnel. Although VDOT has made some great improvements to the HRBT, there is still so much more to be done. The Virginia Department of Transportation and the Federal Highway Administration is in the process of conducting a study to assess area needs. The purpose of the study is to develop alternative solutions to address the insufficient transportation capacities and correct the deficiencies. As a part of the study, an environmental impact statement is being prepared. The department currently has a draft EIS available for public view because this is a federally required precursor to any major construction. The main focus of the study is to look at any options for growth and expansion and evaluate their impacts on residential, business, and historic properties, parks, wetlands, wildlife habitats, as well as economic considerations. Another step the department is taking is to hold public hearings to provide locals with an opportunity to review the current proposals and provide VDOT with their own input. VDOT believes that public input is an important part of the study, and they encourage all of those that are interested to attend at least one public hearing. VDOT has also proposed some changes for the insufficient capacity to accommodate travel demand, mainly targeting expansions. One of the new expansion suggestions is adding a new tunnel at the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel. This new tunnel will be built about 250 feet away from the current westbound tunnel. Building this tunnel, instead of altering the current ones, will provide an opportunity to expand while not impacting the current traffic conditions. Unfortunately, one of the issues with building a new tunnel is the cost. A new tunnel would cost about $5.5 billion. Another expansion suggestion is what is called the new 460. This new road would run parallel to the current Route 460, which runs from Suffolk to Petersburg. This road will help alleviate some of the traffic on the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel and Interstate 64 because those traveling on I-64 to Richmond can travel the new 460 instead of dealing with the HRBT traffic. However, like with building a new tunnel, money is an issue. One critic believes that there will be no investor willing to pay for a worthless road. One final suggestion for road expansion is the third crossing. The third crossing project will be a rail system that would improve accessibility, mobility, and the movement of goods in the area. Vehicles will be able to travel across the rail system, which could lessen traffic, and the rail will be directly connected to the high-speed rail corridor via Newport News to Richmond to Washington, D.C. The drawback to this expansion, though, is that the plan was originally proposed in 1993, and after almost 20 years, the rail system still has not been built. These are all great suggestions to improving the current issues of the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel. However, none of these suggestions target the actual drivers of the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel. There is a group of locals that come together to address the congestion and traffic at the HRBT. Tunnel Vision LLC's main focus is the behavior of the drivers of the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel. This group conducted a study about drivers' behaviors and found that people slow down entering and exiting the tunnel, causing other people to brake and traffic to slow down. They believe that they slow down because of fear of traveling in the tunnel. The group also believes that large, overweight tractor trailers also slow traffic down in the tunnel. Tunnel Vision suggests that VDOT add even better lighting to the tunnels. The transition from light to dark may scare some people, and they may feel like they are driving into a black hole. If the lighting was brighter, the transition from light to dark wouldn't be as bad and may make people feel more comfortable. Tunnel Vision believes the suggestions will reduce travel time, thus reducing traffic and the number of accidents. Tunnel Vision's theme is to be a responsible tunnel driver. After hearing all the things that VDOT has done and plans on doing, you're probably wondering what else can they do. Once the environmental impact statement has been completed, the Virginia Department of Transportation and the Federal Highway Administration can look at the effects of making changes to the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel and take into consideration some of the proposed changes. I also think VDOT needs to make a solid decision about the third crossing plan. After 20 years, VDOT needs to seriously weigh the pros and cons of the rail system and decide if this is the best action for Hampton Roads to take. I also believe that VDOT should continue to hold public meetings. I think the input from the local citizens would definitely help, and if VDOT continued to work closely with the citizens, some things can get accomplished. Citizens should remember, be the change you wish to see in the world. Once again, I would like to thank you all for listening to my presentation. I believe that if we all work together, we can build a better Hampton Roads, one bridge at a time. Are there any questions?